So, have you been to the grocery store lately? We all have. It's unbelievable how expensive it is. $100 just doesn't get you much at all. Used to, you would walk out with quite a bit of food for $100. Now you're amazed at how little it is. So, simply how can you cut the cost of a grocery bill each month? Because those costs really cut into everybody's budget and has made things difficult. Here's what I would tell you from Whirlwind Family Farm. Most people that have a house have a yard, and yards are great. They're pretty. You have turf, but there's expenses associated with turf. You have the lawnmower, you usually have the fertilizer, you're running water on it most of the year. Some people have turf that's year-round turf. And so there's a lot of effort and time with a yard. What do they produce for you? And the answer is nothing. Yes, aesthetics, yards look great. And you may be in a situation where in the front yard you have an HOA and it's strictly enforced. So back to the cost of groceries. There is a simple solution and you can cut into that budget. Instead of just having grass that produces nothing, you can do a garden. And I blame creators like myself for making it seem a little bit more complicated than it is, and it's not. Here's what you do. Take a rectangle, maybe 10 by 20, or a square 10 by 10, and you'd be amazed at how much that size garden, how much food it could produce for you and your family. And here's really all you need, and I say this at Whirlwind Family Farm all the time. We can make this complicated, but compost, water, seeds, sunshine, you're ready to go. It's that simple. So go clear that little area, 10 by 10, 10 by 20. Heck, you could use half your backyard if you want to. Break that soil up, clear away the grass, make sure the soil is loose. You can use a type of broad fork rake or something. Spend as little as possible on tools. Make it simple, make it easy. Take a weekend and clear that spot. Get compost. You can get compost organic based just about at any hardware store, retailer. Set up your beds and think of those things that you and your family like to eat. You may have a couple of rows of corn. You can have radishes. You can have the different lettuces, not just a head lettuce, but the type you could pick. You can have zucchini, yellow squash. You can have carrots, onions. There's a long list of vegetables that you can raise for you and your family. So the bottom line is, it's not that difficult. And will you have a few failures with your garden? Absolutely, you'll have a few failures. But you will be surprised at how well your garden will do. And you and your family may have to adjust the way you eat a little bit. You can still get, there's things at the grocery store that are never going to be replaced. The grocery store is a place of milk and eggs and so many different things that we need. And they provide us with great things. But you can supplement that with really good, nutritious vegetables that you grow yourself, do not have pesticides on them. And despite all the things that people say about the difficulty or a gardener, I don't have a green thumb, you can do this. Watering can be just hand watering. You may live in an area where it doesn't need that much, and you can always tell. And I will tell you this, as far as the information on how to plant, when to plant, the distance, the depth of seed, usually it says on the back of the packet of the seeds, but we have something today that past generations never had, and that's the smartphone, the internet. You can literally in seconds look up all the data you need for each seed that you're planting, depth, time of year, everything. So it's that simple. So I know I'm simplifying this a little bit, but what I'm here to do is encourage you to go back to a practice that a lot of people did in this country years ago, is always had a garden. Especially in the tough times. If you go back to World War II, they had the victory gardens. That way, you're not taking pressure off of a country in need. You're taking pressure off of a budget that you need. Let's say you could reduce your grocery bill by 10%. You could reduce it by 20% every month by having your own garden. You may also say, I live in a little apartment and I don't have the space to do this. Yeah, you do. If you have a balcony and you can get some containers, you can get containers at a lot of different places that are going to be thrown away. Make sure they're clean, put compost in there, and start raising vegetables in those containers on your balcony. People will love the green look on your back balcony. If you have a sunroom or a closed-in back porch, you can almost grow stuff in containers. As long as you're getting sunshine, you can almost grow things year-round. So there's my motivation for cutting your budget. Start that garden. Yards are great, but they produce nothing. So think about starting your garden soon. Take a big chunk out of your budget, raise some good vegetables, food for your family right there at home. Make a difference in the cost of what you have to pay each month. Hope that helps. Blessings over your efforts. Tune into our channel. We hope you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, because we're going to have more information that can be helpful in planning out those gardens and planting those gardens. Take care from Whirlwind Family Farm. Talk to you soon.